All right, here we go. So yesterday I was able to get an input to pull a high-low off the BL Touch terminals. Ran into some problems with that today because I'm trying to send commands with a wait for pin state command, but that pin was protected. So it took me 9 tries to edit the firmware before I was able to get that pin unprotected without breaking everything else. So now I have some commands queued up and we can just watch. So we just have a couple stepper motors as stand-ins for the XY. And then we'll see. Magnet moved. Oh, I did them all at once, didn't I? Shoot. Hold on. All right, we're gonna go try it again. I think I'm bouncing the input a little bit, but as you can see, it waits for the magnet before it does its moves. I wasn't watching super closely. I was messing around with some commands. It looks like that was doing those simultaneously. So now it just comes down to setting up some limit switches so that this thing doesn't break itself. Hooking up the magnet sensor on there. I originally was going to use one of these spare stepper motors to run a PID loop on the pedal, but I realized that I wanted to run that PID loop on an Arduino because I have God knows how many of them down here. I'm just waiting for something to do. There's a couple more. But I had to climb over mountains to get this input output to be unprotected. So I'm already going to need an output on here to run a relay for the pedal. But I would need another input and another output going between this and the Arduino. I wanted to do the PID loop on the Arduino because 1, I have no idea how to code this thing, and 2, I want to save as many CPU cycles as possible. Just make this run lean as heck. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just have a thumb knob to dial in the speed that I want. I'm not going to worry about RPM control or any of that junk. We're just going to use, I think I can set one of these limit switch inputs to be an output to run a relay. I'll figure that out another day, but this is the core control scheme. Now, the problem is, so I was just writing out this G code by hand. So that's why it only did a couple moves. But you can see these are the XY movements, and then this M226 is a wait for pin state command. I don't think there are some slicers out there that will do stitch paths, like they understand embroidery, but the problem is I'm going to need to write a script to insert one of these wait for pin state commands between all of the XY movements. So definitely going to need help with that.